impact when he got to Philly, but second half of the playoffs, 8 for 30 from three. Where are you, Tobias?
He'll be there tonight.
All right, well, I'm glad you're confident. We're going to take now a look at our Modelo Gold Standard stat. Jimmy Butler has increased his scoring average by nearly 7 a game from the first round. The rest of the Sixers, a step back, specifically Ben Simmons. He went from averaging 17 in the first round to 9 in this series.
Show you how hard the playoffs are.
Tonight
tough out there.
is the night. Rajan, I know you and Paul go way back, so we actually asked Paul for 3 of your favorite moments of Mr. Rondo.
Okay, starting off, this is when I didn't even know.
Transition.
I knew he can dunk, but I didn't know he can dunk.
Okay.
Man, when he got the ball down, he went down middle and dunked this on Jason Max. I was like, ooh. And this might have been his first and one dunk.
That was nasty.
That was his first and one dunk. I was like, this boy gonna be
You missing a dunk.
No, he had some better ones, but this is the first time. No, but this is the first time and one.
No,
this
you
is
acting
and
like
one.
you meant that. You acting like that was no big deal.
The second
I don't
one,
like that, man.
let me tell you something. Linsanity came in our building on fire. Rondo was like, man, we gonna shut that off tonight. And he only went for 18 points, 17 rebounds, and 20 assists.
You weren't feeling Linsanity?
He was not feeling Linsanity. I said, Rondo, he is not about to come in here and do this to us on national TV. Shut that water off. And boy, did he shut that water off.
That was big
And
numbers.
my third, not to take away from Rondo's moment, but this let me know that he was very aware of the moment. He knew I needed one more basket to pass Larry Bird. He knew I needed one more basket to pass Larry Bird.
Not to take away from those.
No, not to take away, but he knew.
I'm going to show my moment passing Larry Bird.
He knew I needed one more moment. But as you saw,
what point
Rondo
guards
understands the moment.
Yep.
Just like you saw this year, he gave the assist to LeBron to pass Michael Jordan. So he understands the moment when it's a special day for that player that we're going to let you shine. And he understands that.
That's what great point guards do.
Did it feel like it cheapened your moment when you saw him do it for LeBron?
No, that's the type of player he is. No, not at all. He understands the moment.
Because his feelings
He understands the moment. My feelings wasn't hurt. Come on now. This is history. He's part of history.
And also, we put a graphic up there that's really telling because we show 3 of the Phillies' top players' productivity higher in the regular season, lower in the playoffs, except Jimmy Butler. There's a term, playoff Rondo, where you want guys to get better this time of year, not the opposite. And this is why Philly's in trouble.
Is that weird to have everyone talk so nicely about you while you're sitting right here?
My guys.
It's a little like, oh, it's uncomfortable. Did you want to say anything before we go to break?
Oh, no. I'd say I had a lot of pressure that game against Jeremy Lin.
Really?
Oh, man, Jerry Lynn was on fire.
I know Paul was talking
He was on
stuff
fire. I was like, we're going to
breaking
shut
the
that off.
From the ball boys to Kevin Garnett to
Everybody
everybody.
was like, don't let him come in.
Cannot let him come in here. He had a whole stands of everyone because he went to Harvard.
Right.
Oh, man.
It was
he was
crazy.
coming there on fire. You understand? He was on fire.
Yeah.
I don't even think he had like 10 points that day.
Really was a crazy 2 weeks.
That's where it ended, though, in the Garden. Rondo wasn't going to let that pass by.
Ended that night. Yes, sir.
Okay, we're taking a minute here.
Still getting checks.
If you have a crazy uncle who thinks they don't play basketball like they used to, have him watch these guys. We're going to talk about them next. Nickname, shoots it well from beyond the arc, and that's where the similarities between Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic and every other star in the NBA end. He's slow-footed, lives below the rim, but to fully enjoy the best of professional basketball, you have to get to know the story and the game of Jokic. Here's Brian Windhorst to catch us up on the star who almost chose a sport too small for himself.
As a boy in Sombor, Serbia, Nikola Jokic had dreams of greatness in sports. The sport was harness racing. Jokic was a stable boy and jockey. He loved the horses, their beauty and personality. As for basketball, that was something he played on the side with his brothers and cousins. But growing to 7 foot and nearly 300 pounds, Jokic wasn't born to be a jockey. He was born to take his place among the great European centers in the NBA.
Here it goes! Got it! Off balance! Jokic leaning forward, the first-time All-Star!
Jokic plays with the skill of the modern big man. He can shoot from anywhere. He lumbers around the court to create space for teammates, and he puts up triple-doubles, a defining stat of this decade. But he also has the soul of the old-school Eurobigs, like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac. Large men with sweet passing touches. But Jokic is even better. His vision and skill delivering passes into tight windows blows people away.
Just wow! Look at this pass! Right to the 5-hole! Come on!
No one has seen a center pass like Jokic. His delivery to Gary Harris in a vital moment in Game 4 was as sublime as it was sensational, and that's just part of his passing reel. From Greg Popovich, who called him magnificent, to his coach Mike Malone, who has predicted Jokic will be a Hall of Famer, the NBA has been won over by his skills.
Baseball pass, Murray, he's got it! Puts it away! Jokic, a 70-footer!
The Nuggets, who got Jokic in the second round in 2014, were so convinced that they declined an option on paying him just $1.6 million this season. Instead, they signed him to a $148 million deal to make sure he was locked up. His chemistry with Jamal Murray has made them one of the most devastating pick-and-roll duos in the league. He's a fierce competitor who plays with emotion, willing to scrap with any opponent. Yet he's whimsical and full of personality, like his ongoing battle with microphones and press conferences.
Someone broke it. Yeah, thank you, whoever did this.
Just when it looked like the traditional center was dying out in the NBA, here we have the arrival of Jokic. He and the Nuggets are very much a part of the future.
His really weird relationship with microphones aside, Chauncey, he and Jamal Murray have formed something pretty fun to watch. Can you give any specifics on how this all came about?
I mean, just like we talked about Simmons and Embiid's game not complementing one another's, these two do, and here's why. Because Jamal Murray's a natural scorer, and I believe that Jokic is a playmaker. And for that reason, these two get along just fine. Like any other point guard situation, you're called on to make plays. They just want him to score. So they put the ball, we'll go to the clips, we'll put the ball here in Jokic's hands and say, all right, Jamal Murray, you do what you do best. Now you talk about chemistry and knowing one another. You see him put that hand out right there. To Jamal Murray, that means give and go. The problem is the guy, Mo Harkless, that's guarding him, he can't see that signal. So Jamal Murray's going to come off of here. He's going to be very, very aggressive at all times to get buckets. Again, he's a scorer, Jamal Murray is. This guy, the big fella, who I think is the biggest point guard in the league, is a playmaker. Jamal Murray, again, give it to your playmaker and just come off and be who you are. Now, you look at this big guy right here. He's slow, he can't jump. It's overtime. They're down 3. He draws 3 defenders right here, and his natural instinct is to, guess what? Look for Paul Millsap, who's right in the back, who can possibly get a layup, but there's no good passing angle there. But there's one guy that's wide open. His favorite target, the best scorer on the team, Jamal Murray, a beneficiary of great playmaking. Now, this is something you don't see every day. Your point guard, 6'4", passing it to the 7-footer in the backcourt to then go make a play, a pick and roll for him. Look at the biggest point guard in the league, you guys. Goes to the paint like Rondo, draws 3 defenders, and finds, not Paul Pierce, but Jamal Murray for a wide open 3-ball. This dude right here is just, he's dangerous.
Same result.
You can tell that they like each other.
Right.
I mean, they have fun playing with each other. Their games complement one another. They're young. They're going to grow together. I just love it. I love what they do.
How would you describe his passing?
Unbelievable. He's a guard. He's a big man in the guard's body. Vice versa. He's a big man.
I knew what you meant.
He's an unbelievable passer. He sees the floor very well. He's 2 steps ahead of the game every time he plays the game. As soon as he catches the ball, he knows what he wants to do with it. So I think he's leading the league in assist-turnover ratio as well in the playoffs. That's an unbelievable stat for a big.
It is crazy.
That is insane. Does he remind you of anyone?
That twosome right there, to me, they remind me a little bit of like Weber and Bibby. That's the only 2 that I can kind of think of. And
that's or Divac.
That's Weber a point?
I would say.
Yep, is damn near a point.
Yeah, Weber could pass that thing though, man. He could really, really pass it. Maybe not quite like Jokic, but dang near close though.
The thing I like about watching the Nuggets play is they look different from every other team. Because when you're able to invert your offense and have your center bringing it up in the backcourt or throw it to him at the high post, I'm actually getting a chance to see people cut and move off the ball. It's the opposite of watching the Houston Rockets.
Right.
They have 5 guys constantly spotting up or 4 guys and 1 guy trying to get a lob on the dunk spot. So it's just refreshing to see how they play.
And it's to piggyback what you said, when Brad Stevens came in, similar offense. He tried to go through Al Horford in the post, and back in the day when it was Jared Sullinger and Kelly Olynyk, same type of offense. Try to invert the offense, get the defense to react differently, and see how bigs guard pick and rolls or pin downs.
Blazers, What are they going to do tonight? Tonight after Nuggets Blazers, Game 6. You don't want to miss SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. Post-game coverage from Portland. Tim Legler will be in studio. Raptors Sixers Game 6 breakdown. Barry Melrose will join the show to talk Hurricanes Bruins Game 1. A lot going on. SportsCenter, 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific on ESPN and the app. And honestly, this man right here, Rising Star, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Might as well just name the award after Pascal Siakam. By far the most. He's been that good. Third-year forward. Rough Game 4, calf contusion, and then he stars in Game 5 and leads all scorers with 25 points.